Hey guys, this is Turok, and today I'm doing a review of chapter 1111 of One Piece. I thought for a second, I misunderstood the news announcement about Oda going on a 3-week break. I thought that meant this chapter would not release until that break was over, but I was wrong, and a pleasant surprise. So, we're really getting into it here. Oda really left us off right at a crucial moment. I'm dying to see if everyone's going to get out of the island, and by the end of this chapter we're still not quite there. It's like, oh, now I'm gonna have to wait. Now we're gonna wait till the end of April to find out. Oh wow, by the way, it's snowing out where I am. So anyways, where are we? So in the last chapter, a little recap, the other four of the five elders finally arrived on the island. They were somehow summoned by Saturn because he needed the reinforcements, because the Kizaru was defeated by Luffy, essentially. And let that sink in. Luffy basically defeated an admiral. 2 years ago, he couldn't even handle them. I don't even know if Luffy would have been able to handle vice admirals, any of the other vice admirals back then. I highly doubt it. And now he's able to take on, with his awakening, especially, even with, to clarify too, his other forms he gained during his training with Rayleigh were not enough to fight Admiral, though. He tried Gear 4 Snake Man against Kizaru and it did not have effect. With Gear 5 he has the speed and whatnot to handle fighting him. So with that there and the other Straw Hats beginning to escape, and we find out this revelation that Vegapunk's going to reveal this information he found to the world. The Saturn realizes he needs help because he's having a hard time dealing with Luffy himself. Luffy can't really defeat him either. It's kind of a stalemate. So the other four are arrived here, especially because they, of course, so the understanding is the world government has a monopoly on the control of information, and especially regarding history. As far as like stuff with Morgans, that's an interesting little thorn in their side, I would suspect. But they want the control of information about their past, and so they're not going to let this message go through if all possible. So the others came, and we got to see their other forms. They're all kind of like these yokai. Shit, I forgot to do a video on that. I was going to do these different yokai. And so now they can. So now the two of them, what are the names here? So the two of them have split up to go and help the effort here. By the one, the Saint Mars is going up to try and find the message. He's attempting to break through. Was attempting to break through the shield, and we know it's probably going to work. It does. We found out, but because Luffy got through it too. And then the other one named Saint Ethan, I'm going to call him, with the one with the Kitetsu, he went and he's starting to disable some of the other Mark III pacifistas to help with the dealing with the them destroying the naval ships that they have there to do the Buster Call. So the last chapter ended, wait, come on, with the giants coming to help Luffy, though. The youngest one, the sandworm guy, tried to eat Luffy, and he came in time to save him. And also we saw that Lucci and Zoro finally got serious and finished off Lucci. So we'll go from there. So now, let's see where we are here. Oops. Let's pull this up again. Yeah. That out of the way. That out of the way. So we begin with this chapter reads the Sun's Shield. I wonder if that's right. And we start by seeing that Saint Mars, I think it was, right? It was Mars, has broken through the shield. We saw him kind of like just bashing it in the last one. Wait, why won't that show up? Hold on. Come on. Wait a minute. Oh, here we go. Yeah, he was, how did he do that? He was bashing it in the last one. Yeah, he just smashed into it, and we hadn't really, we weren't able to really tell in the last chapter if he had succeeded, but we can see here he did. And comes in. So Mars comes in, and the first thing we see is he's heading toward, he's looming over the lab area, the Labophase, the main one with where the Straw Hats and everyone were earlier on in the arc. And then we cut the Jinbei, who sees Mars coming in, and so it's like, crap, we gotta really get out of here. This is getting bad. And so he gets up to where Zoro is. He caught up close to there in the last chapter, and he's like, all right, we gotta get going. And Zoro's like, wait, we gotta make sure he's down, because we see that even though he's cut Lucci good, he's still standing up. And while this is happening, Sanji, who's kind of taken charge of the evacuation part, is like, hey, what's going on? Why you got him yet? So Jinbei here just grabs Zoro, saying, hey, let's just go. You already won. But this part frustrates me just a little. I know what Zoro's doing. He's not here. He doesn't care that he wins. He just wants to make sure that Lucci doesn't come after them. So he's doing the right thing technically, but they are in a hurry. So I see where this is going. But so Jinbei takes the initiative here. He grabs Zoro first of all, and he uses an attack called his 5,000 brick fist, and creates some kind of wave of dust and whatnot, or moves the earth, whatever, in order to cover their escape. And so Lucci's there. Actually, Lucci gets at this point too. Lucci, maybe because he's just so tired, he reverts back to his human form after this, and we see he's got some impressive scars now. I think he's got 3 slashes across his from his chest down from the 3 sword attack that Zoro used, and he he just sits there, and then who's his name, Mars, finds him as the others have escaped. And wait, let me make sure that's his name again. I just want to pull up the part with their names. Yeah, Mars, right. So Mars shows up and tries to find out the status of what's going on here. He starts by asking where York is. I wonder if they're still going to keep her alive, by the way. Like, is she still valuable to him? I'm assuming so, because they want to the information on the Mother Flame. So as that's happening, oh yeah, so as Mars descends down and he stays in his vulture form, I'm gonna call it, in front of Lucci. Actually, Lucci, I just caught this panel. Lucci looks like petrified and in awe of what this form looks like. Like, he's probably him and Kaku at this point are the only awakened zones he may have ever seen. And we have those awakened zones though from in the prison, but Lucci may not know much about them. So he's probably never seen something like this, and he's gigantic, by the way. We can get into full scale here. He's not as big as the other ones, but Mars looks like he's a good bird. If you think of his height, it looks like it's about 20 feet tall. So he probably has a wingspan that's 2 or 3 times wider than that. And as Mars is coming down to converse with Lucci, we see Jinbei and Zoro are just right behind where Mars is, going away. And yeah, that's right, because Jinbei has one of the hover boots, so he's flying and Zoro's sitting on his back, so that because they probably can, I guess they can traverse much faster with those hover boots than if they ran. So Zoro's just sitting on his back, and he's looking back at the Mars there, and it's like, what the fuck is that thing? And Jinbei's like, whatever, we have to hurry, forget about it, we can't worry about that now. So now we switch back, and Lucci starts giving a report what's going on. He's like, well, York's still up in the control room. She's tied up on the 4th floor of building A. And then he starts telling him where all the Straw Hats are, informing where they are, and that there's 2 more Vegapunks still around, Atlas and that's Lilith and Atlas, right? And then he informs them about what's going on, what they're planning on doing, that they're going to try to escape. And then he informs them about the other cipher poles and the seraphim that are in the basement of the. They left in the basement of the. Oh God! I just realized they should have just taken the seraphim with them. I know it would have been a pain, but if he gets down there and frees the seraphim, they can go after the Straw Hats too. Shit, that is not going to be good if he can get down there and free them first. He wants to get to Vegapunk's message, I think, first. But I just realized if the Straw Hats probably should have took those seraphim and threw them on the ship if they could have, and took them with them, because I don't think Bonnie can control them, right? This thing that did Vegapunk explain that? He explained Bonnie has control. I thought only over, maybe she does, over the Mark III pacifistas. I don't know if she has control over the seraphim. So if she doesn't, the hierarchy as the Vegapunk built it in would mean that with Mars here, he can go and take control of Seraphim and order them to maybe help like destroy more of the Mark IIIs, or to go help fight some of the giants who are surrounding on the island there, working to help ward off the marine battleships. So Vegapunk, not Vegapunk, Lucci's last thing is he gives the time frame of how much time they have left before what the Vegapunk's message, and so Yamara says, "Oh, that's great job. I have no more questions. I gotta," and then he begins to go ahead toward the lab, but as he's leaving, Lucci yells to him, "Wait, my partner's in there too. He was badly injured. Please try to spare him if you can." But this Mars quickly just like kind of waves it off with these words. "Oh, I might not be able to do that. It's hard to save someone. A single out. I don't know what it means. Like single out. Like it's hard when you're taking out the hive. You can't always just save one insect among them." Such a so this insect metaphor is clearly. I was thinking of that. It was funny with Saint Saturn because he's a spider and he kept calling everyone insects because spiders usually eat insects. But it's clearly this metaphor for other people who are beneath them extends to all 5 of the Gorosei. So wait a second here. I want to get. Now we got double page here. There we go. Okay. So now we go to Luffy and the Dory and Bragi. Wait, which was which again? I gotta check quickly. 1 second. I always get the names wrong. I always get the 2 of them mixed up. Isn't Dory the tall one? Yeah, Dory's the tall one. So, Luffy's there and he's sitting on Bragi's hand, and he's like, "Hey, oh, it's really you guys." And Dory says like, "Yeah, look at you. It's been 2 years. We don't even recognize you. Look how much you've changed." Wait. One of them says, I was just confused. I'm sorry. One of them says there are tales about gods in Albath. Where did you learn about how he looked? Oh, I don't think they understand that he's awakened his fruit. I think the way I think Bragi's saying this is that Luffy just is like cosplaying or something as the sun god. Yeah, because they know he's never been to Elbath. That's what that means. Bragi, yeah. There are tales about gods, the gods in Elbath, but how did you learn about it? It was like basically like there shouldn't be any, to our knowledge, there isn't any books out there that would that humans would have to inform them of that information. And Luffy's just like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Oh, your appearance. It's such a pleasant surprise." And Luffy's like, "I don't know what you're talking about. You have to tell me later." And now they're chatting. So now they're chatting Saturn and I think it's Top Hat guy, the one who's a pig, right? Yeah, Top Man. Top Man and the other guy and Saturn are like, oh shit, giants. Now we gotta deal with them. Also, while they're doing this, we see the other one, actually the third guy. What's his name again? The Sandworm Shepherd. I think he's still recovering or something. We just see his body between Dory and Bragi while they were talking with Luffy. So I don't know if they probably didn't kill him because it doesn't seem they can, but he doesn't seem to be moving at the moment because I think they lopped his head right off. So I don't know if he can recover well from that. So then Dory and Bragi see that the other two, Saturn and Topman, are coming toward them. They're kind of like approaching them, like, oh, these things beasts, interesting beasts that remind us of the stuff we used to see on Little Garden. But Luffy's like, hold on, guys, let's not go after them. We have to get out of here. But then Dory's like, yeah, we met Sanji on the way here, and he told us about this. He told us the plan. Did he show them? I don't remember that part, but I guess I don't remember that bit, but he must have. I think they didn't show it before. Now we're just getting that. So now we get a great map too here. This is probably the best map it's shown of where everyone is here. So we see a big scale version of the thing. We see the island, and we can see where that on the one side where the ship is there, and it shows where all the groups are too. So their ship's on the other side, and it shows a ring of battleships nearby it. And but then Dory and Bragi say, yeah, we understood. We heard about the news about the Buster call, so we came to help. And now we've heard about the plan. And Dory like, yeah, we came because the Navy was making it out that you are the bad guys. We knew this couldn't be true, so we came to help, and we knew you might need a hand here. So it's a great picture. I want to stop and look at this picture. It shows where the groups are. We see that Luffy and the others are here, Dory and Bragi and everyone, and the Saturn and them. They're on this one side of the island, and they're still basically on the opposite end of the island from where the ship is. And we see where the groups are at this point. Bonnie's group is written very close. They got like little X's and then the arrows where they gotta go. And Sanji and Vegapunk are like halfway between where Bonnie is and where Luffy still is right now. And we see on top, it shows a great view also of the top, and that new Nami and everyone that are on top, waiting right above basically where they could leap down and land on the ship. So now that Dory now, because they got caught up to Luffy, he rings a bell. Not a bell. He pulls out one of those big horns, like the Viking horn, like you see, like they showed those in Lord of the Rings too. Like one of those horns, and he blows it, and this is a signal to the other giants, and they all look up and listen for it, and they're like, "Oh, okay." So it's a signal we find out that to let them know that they can start retreating themselves and return to the ship. They were staving off the Buster Call battleships until the Luffy and the others would be rescued. And we get some little dialogue from some of them. Oh, well, this signal from captains. That means they must have found Straw Hat. Head to the ship. Get going, guys. So some of the other officers, like kind of, if they're like officers, whatever you call them, are signaling to each other. Fall back now. Retreat. Mission accomplished type thing. Actually, I just saw here too. When you see this shot, they do a further shot of that's a mineral water here. And they do this further shot of as Dory blows the horn. I can see that the head is still lopped off of Saint. What's his name again? I'm getting that one's name. Saint Shepherd. So he's still not recovered. I guess that's what Luffy should have done with Saturn. Maybe that would have slowed him down more. So as that happens now, Saint Topman's like, "Oh no, that's a signal for them to escape. I'm not gonna let you escape. I'll show you a horn of my own." And he does this. I had to reread this because I was a little confused by some of this. He wait, let me get this right here. I got a double page on the big screen here. Yeah, hold on. Oh, actually, I want to finish too. The the one Giants were saying too. Oh yeah, well, it's not like these Navy ships would have anything to plunder anyway, so we better hurry back. So the Giants were still thinking, oh, if we let's stay around and these were other ships, we could probably look for some plunder to take with us. But they are staying more focused on their goal of helping Luffy to escape. So back to the other thing. So Top Man does his roar, and apparently he's infusing it with Conqueror's Haki. Can you see all the lightning and stuff? And it's so big that like Dory and Bragi are putting their shields up to help defend against it. But like it's like going across the entire island apparently. And there's a shot here. The way they threw it in here, I was kind of confused how Oda did it. It's so powerful though that Luffy didn't shield himself. It looks like his shirt just blew off, and his eyes. It's very cartoony again. It looks like it's blowing all this stuff off of him like a cartoon where the wind is so strong, all your stuff flies off in those old cartoons. And yeah, definitely Conqueror's Haki because we get after seeing a big shot too of like the roar going across the island. We see some of the battleships on the other side, and they some of the Marines rank and file start falling, passing out, and then you got other ones like I think that's Doberman maybe or someone that looks like him. They're like, oh my god, there's some crazy shit going on that island. And then so as he's still roaring at them, I think Luffy also almost was flying away, and it looks like Dory caught him. And they're like, "Are you okay?" You know. Wait, no. Where is this? Right here. I want to get this. What did that do to him? Yeah. Yeah, and Luffy like then returns to normal, and he just says, "Oh, that was close." Like maybe because he's wearing his hat. That's right. He still got his hat on there. I just realized too when you see the shot, his hat almost flew away too. And that's when it confirms that yeah, Conqueror's Haki roar. So these guys, being leader types, they clearly can have that ability now that we know now. That's probably still what I still think that's what Saturn did too, was have some special version of Conqueror's Haki that could paralyze people as well, something like that. So we get to part. So because he's coming at them, the Dorian Bragi like, oh, who's this guy? Oh, that's right. One of them. That's right. Bragi's asking Luffy that, like, who's this guy who can have Conqueror's Haki? And Luffy answers it's some kind of government big shot. So I guess he doesn't understand. Well, I'm surprised. He's surprised if he did understand that what the Gorosei are. I'm sure many of the other Straw Hats understand about the oligarchy that rules over the world. Even if they've never seen them, some people probably would talk about them a little bit. But so then is that what's gonna happen? Yeah. So now after the roar, Top Man now begins to like try to charge them. It looks like he's spinning in the air or something. And Broy and Bragi though are not ready for this, and they get their shields up, and they block the attack. Oh, it looks like his horns kind of turn into blades. Because he gets close, it looks like two tusks almost look like blades, but they both block it easily, and they do something called Sun Shield Savlin. I just realized too, Bragi must be left-handed because he has a shield on his right arm. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. So as they're clashing with him and holding him back, Top Man talks to him saying, what makes you, why are you helping him? Do you have any idea who he is? And they're just like, of course you do. He's our friend. And they start laughing, and they take their shields again. I don't know if they just smash him back, Top Man, and it's something called Split Skyda. I can't wait to see the translation. Sometimes these names with the names of tags in these raw translations seem a bit off, but they just smack him back, and he just goes flying back right near Saturn and lands on his back. So then Saturn steps up and says, "Fine, if you're his friend, then we'll have to erase you from the world along with him." And so he starts. So now Saturn attacks, and he spits these ball things at them, several of them at once, almost like a machine gun type thing. And Luffy, remembering that Saturn before had exuded poison or venom, I guess I should call it. He warns him, like, watch out, that's venom. We can't be hit by those. But now he takes action. This is so funny. He grabs a nearby palm tree. He chews it down like a beaver and turns it into a baseball bat. He even paints it. Somewhere out of nowhere, he has a paintbrush in his hand and he's painting it. And it has a number on it. I don't know if that's why he pulls a cap on too with a number, so it's like probably saying like what player number is, like every team member he has a number in like football and baseball, etc. And he pulls out he makes a baseball bat out of a palm tree, pulls up a hat out of nowhere, kind of like he did with the goggles against Lucci, and he batters up and he knocks all of them back to the other two, and then Luffy just starts doing his hysterical laughing again. He's like, "Ha! Have a taste of your own medicine." But this is like, no, apparently this was not venomous ones. When they go back, we see that everything, the balls just explode around the two Gorosei. Actually, I love the look. When you see the look on, especially for Top Man, he's like, "Oh shit, I know what those are." And he's like, "I don't want to be hit by those." But the thing they explode instead around him. And Luffy's like, "Oh my god, those things explode!" It's a great shot too, with all his eyes popping out again. I love how Oda reuses those things like that I was talking about once with the mask type. How he's like the mask, the Jim Carrey one. So while this is happening, the two other giants that were were there with Dorian Bronchi come back and like, "Captain, we have to get out of here. The flames are blocking off our way to the forest," I think he's trying to say. And Dory's like, "All right, we got to get out of here." And then Bragi's laughing too, and he's like, "Huh, but they're gone though. We don't have to worry about them." But then Luffy's like informed, like, "No, Dory's right. We better get out of here. These guys can't die." And out of the smoke, we see, oh, look, so Shepard must have reformed himself, because we see three faces. We see there's Saturn to the left, Top Man to the right, and then below him is Shepard shows up again, and like the flames are all around him, but we see them in their silhouette form. And so Dory and Bragi are like, "Oh, okay, then we better get the hell out of here and hightail it." They're still like laughing though. But they're like, "Okay, let's get out of here then." So we see them, and then Dory's like, "All right, are they really immortal?" And Luffy just like is frustrated, says, "I don't know, but everything I've died to try to do, they keep coming back and recovering easily." And Bragi points out, "I never heard of any race having that kind of ability or power." And one of them even says, "Oh, I know we're running, but this is still a victory, right? Because giants aren't the type to retreat. Their warrior status means they don't want to wouldn't want to retreat." So then that's where we leave Luffy for this episode chapter. And okay, it was different. So Nami's up there and they're getting aboard looks like they're uprighting. Well, the others are uprighting the Sunny, when Usopp had used his bamboo. What do you call it? Pop green or something? And to stop the ship because Brook had it sliding. They're upright. It tipped over, so now they're pushing it back up. And while that's happening, Nami communicates with Zoro and Jinbei and like, "Okay, we gotta hurry up." And it looks like they switched to running. I guess those hover boots aren't that fast because now it looks like they're just running along. Jinbei looks like he's running while he's holding Zoro. So they're getting it all together. But we run into one other small problem after this. We switched to Bonnie's group, and 3 of the admirals have caught up there. We got the... Shoot, what are their names again? Let me look. I can't find all their names, but I know one of them's that one named Pomsky, and then there's the other guy who's called Red something with the big the throat, the weird neck. Who I think he's supposed to be based on a kaiju. And then the one with the long beard. Those 3 vice admirals are waiting in front of the giant ship, ready to take out Bonnie. And we go to one last scene too with Sanji as he's running toward the heading that way too with Vegapunk still in tow. He's got him over his shoulder. And now we get to the last part. The last part what I did earlier. Actually, maybe I'll do that out. We see the part where that Mars has found York and is trying to find out where the room is where the broadcast is coming out, starting from, and he's trying to get York to help him, but she's freaking out because he's scaring the shit out of her with her, because he's still in his demon, bird form thing. And by the way, we never saw anything in this chapter of what's his name? Where's that? The one with Kitetsu. We never see him again. What he's doing in this chapter, we can assume that he's probably still taking out some of the Mark 3s. Wait, where is that chapter? How come I don't have that here now? Wait. Yeah, it's still here. Oh, I should put this in. No, I should put that one. There it is. What was his name again? Oh yeah, Ethan. Yeah, Saint Ethan does not show up in this chapter. We only see more of the other 4. So we switched now briefly to Kizaru, and he was just looking there. I think he's like still feeling like more a bit of shame that he got beaten, and he's laying on the ground still where Luffy where he landed after Luffy threw him, and he's like, and the other Marines are up to him saying, "Are you hurt, Kizaru? Can we help you?" And he just replies like, "My wounds run deep. Just let me alone and rest." I think he just, I don't think he really means he's hurt that, like, I think he's like ego and stuff like that hurt more than his thing. But someone like, "Oh, let's tend to him right away. Get the medic, get the first aid kit or something." Now we get to the last scene. Woo! Some Marines start coming in and reporting, "Come in. There's something else bigger than even the giants coming out on the northwest shore. Even the flames from the stuff aren't phasing it. It looks like a titan, and it seems to be growling or saying something." And we see the giant, the iron giant that the ancient with them from that Vegapunk was studying, that awoken 200 years ago. And we get a great shot of it too. That we see from the shore, the viewpoint of the beach, not the beach area, like the where some of the ships are. And you can see up ahead, like you can just see it twice as high as any of the trees and stuff surrounding it, the giant silhouette. And then we get a close-up of it, and as they're reporting it, and it's just saying to itself, "Forgive me, Joy Boy." And then it's the way it's saying that, I'm thinking it's the same thing as Zunisha, like it feels bad for something, and that's just where we end the chapter. Oh my God. Things are getting very close here. We got freaking, unfortunately, Mars was easily able to break into the barrier, and so he could be close to getting the we only got probably, like, at this point, 5 minutes left. But I think I said that last time. I thought there was like 5 minutes, but it was really like, we found it's really still only a minute had happened between that 7 minutes or whatever it was they'd said at one point to now. So we still got 5 minutes or so left. But he's in the right building, Mars, and now he needs to be delayed somehow. Otherwise, the broadcast is just not going to work. this is just so scary to me. I really want Vegapunk's out of all this. Everything's going right overall, other than Vegapunk's broadcast might be stopped. I really hope they can find a way to someone, because no one else is there to stop him though. Kaku's there, but he's injured. We don't know if Stussie's got to be with the others. I don't think they ever showed her being evacuated. They showed Robin, but I'm hoping that they took Stussie with them. So Kaku is there. The Seraphim are there. They'll cipher. Yeah, no one is there that could be up there to try and slow down that guy from the broadcast. They're trying to escape. Now we also got the problem that it looks like all the other giants are away. Well, actually, that couldn't be. Maybe that will be resolved. These other giants are. Bonnie and Frankie are there with those admirals, vice admirals, but the giants are coming back. So realistically, if Frankie can hold off those three, or Bonnie can help, like they keep they'll get reinforcements very quickly soon, because the giants are going to be heading off, flooding back to the ship because they're retreating. And I don't think we never saw, like, if the, like I was gonna say, the only problem with that was I was wondering when Top Man used his Conqueror's Haki, what if it knocked out some of the giants? Which possible, but we never see if that actually had any effect on the other giant. We know it didn't work on Dorian. We know it didn't work on Dorian and Bragi and their two fellow giants that came with them. So I'll have to see on that. But if the other giants can make it back, then Bonnie will be in safe hands. Because it doesn't look like any of them stayed behind on the ship. They probably weren't worried about the ship, I guess. Because it just, yeah. And what else was that? So, and Sanji's almost there. And Jinbei and them are making it. Jinbei and Zoro are making it back now. I'm surprised. I'm impressed and a little disappointed that Zoro's attack did not fully knock out Lucci. Especially now that he informed, because he now gave Mars the information he needed so he can hurry and try to now wait, also I forgot to mention he had a Denden Mushi with him. Not one of those stealth ones, or it's a black one he's got with him. Yeah, anyways, I don't remember which one that is. So it's getting crazy. So actually, I missed something too. When Jinbei sees that sees the Mars come in, I forgot to mention he comments about how powerful he can feel the Haki exuding off of. So in this case, they're starting to really point out, like, Oda's definitely gone down that route of being similar to like Dragon Ball Z or Bleach, where in there it would be the energy or the ki or the spiritual pressure, respectively, of those series. That characters now who are powerful can exude their Haki in a way where you can tell how powerful they are through that. It's not merely just like, oh, they're intimidating, sure, but now the Haki thing and Jinbei says here that Haki is unreal. I almost wish Zoro would have just tried to cut. He had it with Mars having his back to him, which Lord Zoro would have went after him. Now, like I said, now he's in the built lab there, trying to. Now I gotta look too. She was in building A, top floor. That's the 4th floor. Is that like at the top then? Wait, do they show? They show the opening in one part. Building A. Shoot, I had a map of that once, and I don't remember which one that was. So he's found her though. He's got in there somehow, and I'm assuming she's in one of the floors. Looking at the top, because it shows him like looming over her in his giant form here at the end. So, where is that? Yeah. So she must have been on the roof there, Eric, and he's perched there, talking to York, that Mars is, and now they got the Iron Giant too. Of all things, now we got this is like, oh, there we go. What if the Iron Giant can help fight? Well, I mean, it's on the ground. It's on the lab. It's not in the Labophase place though. I was thinking, what if that thing goes up against or causes such a ruckus or whatever that that Mars will be distracted from trying to stop the message. That could be a way, because I was just thinking like how I just said everyone else is gone, not there anymore, other than York. So and Luffy's still in his gear 5th, so that's apparently why this thing's awake, right? So this is gonna be some chat thing to speculate on for the next 3 weeks. There's just so much going on, but I think I'll end the video here today. And so yeah, thanks for watching.